Hey guys, how are you tonight? I've been playing around with the iPad a little bit. I like the logo. I'm really glad the idea that you came up with. I mean, we changed it a little bit, but pretty much stuck with what you wanted, or what you sent over rather. When you first open the app, I would like the splash screen to stay up just a few seconds longer. Not really real, not real long, but just a little bit longer than it does. And I'm having a problem where whenever you open it, it auto flips itself around, so eventually it's upside down before it actually goes into the program. Now I don't know if that has something to do with you got to hold the button a certain way, rather the buttons on that end and that end. But you'll see what I'm saying. So it opens, it shows up, and then it flips upside down, which doesn't really make any sense. It should stay the same way. So I'm not sure what it is that we need to do for that, but that would be the first issue that I have. Like I said, if you could just make that screen stay there a little bit longer, just so they have a little bit more time to read the website. Because what my plan to do is on my website is offer iPad apps as one of our available services, along with hosting, website building, search engine optimization, and the other things that we have going on. And then that will give you guys more business and hopefully make me some money as well. So that's why I kind of want that to just step there. Not irritatingly long. Don't make it ridiculous, but just make it stay up there a little bit longer. All right. Um, then, so we have the photo library, which is working great. What I'm going to do here is attempt to take this girl's picture and put a guy's face in place of hers. So you click your front image, which is fine. I would like to be able to make this larger, and I would like it to show up how many exact pixels it is, or maybe give the user the option to punch in the exact pixels that they need. If somebody's using this program for something for work or whatever the case may be, they may have a pre-designed space that they're going to put that picture in once they do the alterations to it. So they would like to know how many pixels exactly it's going to be. So if you could just make something show up at the bottom or somewhere up in a corner where it just says how many pixels it is, maybe up here beside the thing where it just says how many pixels it is, and give them the option to resize this main image and maybe do cropping to it just in case they only want, the girl's hair and her face. They don't actually want the background in the picture. If all those tools are already being implemented on Photo 2, I would imagine we should be able to make those changes to Photo 1 as well. Um, so I click the back image that I want, which works good. You click the picture, it shows up down there, which is good. That's how I like it. So I open it. Now the one problem that I am noticing, let's go to our side view here. Uh, I would like to circle this girl's face, use the oval feature. Now in the other one we had it, where you could start your finger somewhere and it would make the oval, but it wouldn't necessarily show up exact of where we needed it. Yeah, that helps. All right, so I click the circle option, and it shows up on her face there, which is fine. It's so reflective. There we go. I'm sure you guys can see that, but it doesn't give you the option to just take your finger and click right on that and move it up or down or left or right. That's something that we would probably like them to be able to do, because right now if I want to try to move that up onto the girl's face, I gotta try to get my finger on that perfect box and make it exact around her face. One problem I would see here is there needs to be maybe all four corners rather, should have a box on it, because I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but as I try to make an exact oval around her head, I can't do it. See, but I continuously push my finger on this and it doesn't pick up. You know, on occasion it picks up, but it's not moving. Now, when you completely move that box off of the screen and it's back where your secondary image is, that corner box no longer shows up. So the user might think they're not able to move that anymore. And trying to find that again is really hard to do. See, I continuously click on it where it should be and try to slide my finger back down, and it just absolutely doesn't accept it. So, I mean, we need to, you know, I don't know if there's a way to make it ignore everything else that's going on the screen and just focus on those exact dots while this tool is open, but it just doesn't seem to pick up, especially when it's off of the image. When it's on your main image, usually it picks up pretty well. You know, you don't have a problem moving it around. But when it goes back to your secondary image, you know, if you needed the oval to come off of for whatever reason, you know, then you get into problems where it just does not pick up. So as you can see, I haven't been. But anyway, they need to have the option to completely move that around in general. You know, if it's a big picture and they need it up here, you know, they shouldn't have to grab this section and slide it up and then grab the other section and slide it up. They should have the ability to place that wherever it is that they want it first and then start trying to modify the exact size of it. All right. And I may not be using the right tool here. That should maybe be something that I just do by hand to try to go around that girl's face. But I just want to show you whenever those are off of the main image, it's really hard to you know, to control them, and they should have the option to completely move that around to where you want. Crop it is fine. Now, moving on to the secondary image, you will need to have the ability to push second image or first image if we're going to give them the option to do alterations to both of them. Up here right now it says front image and back image, but that's only if you want to add an image. So maybe you could move that over closer to the logo and then put two other buttons, or wherever you put the buttons is fine, but they need to have the ability to click, you know, focus on the first image or make changes to the first image, make changes to the second image. So that way they know exactly what they're dealing with. So right now I need to make the guy's face smaller. So I would push, you know, second image button. So that way it controls. Now I need the resize. All right. So I use the resize feature. And now you see what I just did. I'm trying to make it smaller, so I put my two fingers on the screen and go to close it, but it doesn't really register. It just does whatever it wants. It's making it smaller, but it moves it off the screen or wherever it wants. Now, if I want to move that image over to where that girl is, a normal person would take their finger and put it right on the image and try to slide it over. But it doesn't work that way. The image being slid over only works if you move your finger off of the image and then attempt to slide it. Which I had to play around with it for 20 minutes to figure that part of it out. So, I mean, you know, I imagine that there's going to be, you know, a video or whatever that explains stuff a little bit better. But right now I want to make that a little bit bigger. I like the way all that works, where you can twist it, turn it, do the whole thing. Same thing here. It would just be better if it could just register my one finger as opposed to my two. But I don't know, all the possibilities of it. So, whatever you guys can do. But like right now, I'm trying to move that image and it's not registering. If I bring my hand all the way up here, it'll probably. Oh, there we go. It's like it's got to be down in that right section, I suppose. All right, and then I suppose I cancel. So pretty much you can see what I just did. I took my brother's face and put it on a girl with, hair and whatever. I already uploaded this to Facebook just to see the upload feature, which did work. The only complication with it is instead of it using the word author image, it says this was uploaded with iPad image cutter or something like that. So that type of stuff would need to be changed as well. Share image, which I like how it does that. It shows up. You guys can see the image I did there or not. It looks like it's awfully shiny. Email lasso image, post on Facebook, save the photo album. I'm assuming all that stuff works fine. Let's see, log out. Post on Facebook. All right, let me sign in here real quick. If possible for the Facebook thing, if you can give them the option where it'll at least store their username, I think that would be a good idea, especially if people are going to be uploading different stuff. They're not going to want to, re-sign in or re-punch in all their information every time. Share on Facebook. Now, when I did this yesterday, it completely went away like that. I don't necessarily know if that's on purpose or if that's by mistake. I would rather, after they share it on Facebook, maybe it auto saves that image to their photo or to their photos. I know it had the option in there, so I guess that's not required, but I would still rather them stay inside of our app after they click the share button. My next issue is, now we've already went into the author image program one time. Now when I go back into it, it no longer, oh, yes it does, never mind. If you're working on a project and you go out of the project, before you do the final image thing, it doesn't show the flash screen anymore, the splash screen. Maybe you can make that automatically show up every time that they open the program. Once again, just for sales reasons, to try to get that, to try to get that going. But all right, so whenever they share the image, then it completely goes away. But if they, let me see that. Hold on one more second. All right, I'm going to pause this video because it's coming close to the 15-minute mark, and that's all I can upload. But those are the main concerns that I have right now is the Facebook, what it shows up as once it actually goes on the Facebook. The logo, the splash screen staying a few more seconds whenever they open the program. And the ability to move around those lasso tools, the predetermined ones, to a designated area on the screen before they actually start making it smaller, larger, trying to resize it. And then the ability to make alterations to the first image and the pixel stuff showing up, which I've already sent you the text for all this, so you should be able to get it right off of there. All right, talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.